and welcome to day 12 of my craft room clear out series. I'm Sarah Jane from Cards and a Cuppa, and for this series I'm using all my stamp sets one last time before I say goodbye to them. And today's stamp set is Everything Eleanor, one that was really popular back when it came out, and so I'm looking forward to making something new with this. And I was going to use this It's Your Day on day 14, as you can see, but I did realise that on day 14 Trendy Trees already has a sentiment, and obviously Everything Eleanor doesn't, so I'm going to use this sentiment set today on day 12. So you've got double stamp set and an extra stamp set today, so let's get started. I'm going to start with a So Saffron card base, and I'm going to go with a yellow and pale grey colour combination. So I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut this down 14.8 this way because it's going to be a horizontal card, and so I need it to open the other way today. So score at 10.5 and fold it over. So I've got a smoky slate card layer as the pale grey, and I'm just going to trim that down to 10 by 14.3 centimetres, so a 5mm border of the So Saffron. Oh, that didn't cut very well, did it? Okay, let's do that again. And then a Whisper White layer, again 5mm smaller, so 13.8 by 9.5. So I'm going to stamp this large swirl in the smoky slate on the background. Quite a large stamp, so I need to press fairly firmly. And that gives us our swirl. And then I'm going to stamp some of the flowers in So Saffron onto a spare piece of Whisper White card. So I think I'll do, actually I might do one of each of the flowers. I do need 3, I think. So I might as well use all of the flowers. I'm going to fussy cut all of these out in a second. Okay, and so that was So Saffron. So I think I might just add a little bit of extra ink to the centre of these flowers, just using a sponge dauber and the same colour ink pad. Graduating it out to the edges. And then I'm going to stamp this sentiment. I think we'll use the just because, I think is nice. And I'm going to cut out, I'll stamp that first, and I'm going to cut that out using the stitched rectangle framelit dies. And so let's stamp that. Again, I think in basic grey. No, smoky slate is, isn't it? Pale grey. And I'm going to use one of these smaller rectangles down the bottom, the narrower ones. I'm not sure. I think I'll do it to the side. So I'm going to use some of my post-it note tape to hold it in place, and I'll just die cut that out. And my tip for die cutting with wide dies is not to run them through the machine this way, so you've got the flat, it's to always run them through the narrowest way first, so so it goes through much easier. It's much easier to turn the handle. So what I might do is put make a little layer of this ribbon that I've just found, which is Hello Honey quilted cotton ribbon that I found in my stash while I was die cutting. So I'm going to add this to the smoky slate card layer. Just tidy up the end of this ribbon and then add that with some red line tape. It needs to come to about there. Fold it over. I think just before I stick this down, what I might do is add a little bit of this fine tip glue to the end of that ribbon to stop it fraying. You could also add clear nail varnish, but I don't have any in here at the moment. Just a little bit, just to stop it from fraying. It does appear to have a tendency to fray a little. I'm just going to use my T ruler just to make sure it's straight. Or you could just stand right above it, which obviously I can't do with the camera at the moment. And then secure that at the back. And then I'm going to add this sentiment. Now, as it's on fabric, I'm going to use Multimedia Matte by Ranger to stick the sentiment on. And that won't soak through the ribbon so much, which means it'll stay secure on the card once it's dry. And so it's quite a small sentiment, but once you die cut it with a slightly larger die and then layer it up, I think it fits on here perfectly actually. And then this these flowers, what I'm going to do with those is I've got this piece of foam, I suppose, and then I'm just going to get this piercing tool, but I'm going to use the wooden end of it, and I'm just going to burnish the centre. As you can see, I just use it to keep all my piercing tools together, just to give the flowers a little bit of dimension. It's not fancy, it's just I think it was some packaging, and I layered up the one end to use to store the sharp points, and then I use this side just to make flowers bendy, I suppose. And so I'm going to just add these onto here. Let's see where we're going to add them. Let's get some of these adhesive back sequins. And then I'm just going to add that to the card base. Again, I think I'm going to use foam though, because I've got the depth of the ribbon. So I need some foam tape for that. Just going to trim the end of that off because it's been sat there for a really long time, so that end is dried out. I haven't bought anything new for this series so far. I haven't had to buy any tape or adhesive or anything yet, which is good. So I want to work my way through what I've got. I don't mind buying more tape and adhesive, but I do need to not buy any stamps or embellishments until I've at least worked my way through a good chunk of what I've already got. So that's today's card using Everything Eleanor and It's Your Day stamp sets, making this simple layered flowers just because card. I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube, subscribe and like on YouTube, and then you'll get notifications. And follow me on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. So thanks for watching.